Hi, I'm Dr. Boomy, and let's talk about something that we've all experienced and we've all said that will not happen with our children. Tantrums. So what are tantrums? They range from whining to nagging to crying, screaming, head banging, and even breath holding. And it is all to show frustration. It's considered normal as young as 12 months of age to 3 years old, and this is the age where our kids are trying to assert that independence, even if they're not capable. And in addition, their communication skills and their speech are not fully developed, so they can't verbalize their frustrations or their needs. Now, these frustrations, they're arising from, hey, they didn't get what they want, or they can't figure something out, or simply to get your attention. Okay, so now let's talk about how to avoid tantrums. Number one, tend to your child if they're tired or hungry. Just like adults who get hangry, children will have worsening tantrums then. Two, maintain a good routine so that you ensure good quality and quantity of sleep. Number three, maintain healthy eating habits. Number four, use positive reinforcement when your children are behaving. An example I give is usually when our kids are quiet and playing, what do? We go do the laundry, we do the dishes, we go to the computer to do some work. And when they're crying and screaming, we go to them to calm them down. So if I were a child and I was trying to get my parents' attention, what would I do? I wouldn't behave nicely. So what do we need to do as parents? When our children are playing quietly, sit down, join them in the game. And then if they're crying and screaming, let them know you're going to walk away and come back when they're calm. Number five, give them choices. Hey, do you want to wear this shirt or that shirt? They feel like they have the independence, but they're still ultimately your choices. And also pick your battles. It does not matter if they're wearing mismatched socks or if they want cucumbers instead of carrots. Next, avoid temptation. An example, if the older sibling wants to play with Legos, have them play in their room so that the toddler doesn't go in and try to engage. And lastly, try to distract them before the tantrums start. Again, an example is if you see them going towards the phone or the iPad, quickly turn around and say, hey, come on, let's go play outside. Okay, so now let's talk about what are we going to do if the tantrums have already started. So again, number one, tend to them if they're tired or hungry. Number two, keep yourself calm. Now, I know lots of situations sometimes we cannot be, so if you need to, give yourself a timeout. Go to a quiet place, do some breathing. Believe me, I've done this with my own children. Number three, in a calm voice, go down to their eye level and let them know that you know they're upset, but this is not how to behave, and that when they are calm, you will come back to them. Number four, once you've said this, walk away. Do not try to talk to them and explain things to them. Do not try to give them things to calm them down, because if you do, they have won. They have gotten your attention, whether it was good or bad. Number five, if these tantrums are in public, go to a quiet place like the car and let them calm down. Number six, if your child is headbanging or might hurt themselves, go ahead and take them into a safe spot and then ignore the tantrums. Number seven, make sure all the adult caretakers are on the same page, because our children do know pretty quickly on who they can manipulate. And number eight, once the tantrums are done, go ahead and approach your child, talk to them, praise them, even give them hugs. Because essentially what you're telling them is, hey, when you're screaming and crying, you're going to get ignored. But when you're being good, you're going to get lots of hugs. And ultimately, if you feel like these tantrums are disruptive, you can't take your child out in public, you're feeling angry or depressed all the time, please talk to your primary care provider about this. So the takeaway tips are, be calm, be consistent, and don't give in. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.